Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier. Race number 9 at Oaklawn Park on Arkansas Derby Saturday is the Grade 3 Count Fleet Sprint Handicap. Our coverage is presented by DRF Bets. Sign up for a new account, access a $150 bonus. All you got to do is go to drf.com/join and type in the promo code TV150. Let's take a look at this field of some older sprinters and some very familiar names, Matt, led by the morning line favorite at 7-5. That's the number 4, Whitmore, who beat 3 of these common foes last time out in the local prep, the Hot Springs.
I thought he ran just fine that day, Dan. You know, it was his first start since the Breeders' Cup last year. He sat close to a relatively swift pace, and he got a little bit drifty at the end. That's kind of become his MO down the lane late in the stages of the race. But hey, look, if he runs that race again, he's a very logical contender in here. At a short price, though, he's not the kind of favorite that I'm absolutely terrified of.
Fair point, although I doubt that Ron Moquett really had him cranked up 100% for the Hot Springs. I think this was kind of the short-term goal before moving on to bigger and better. He's always believed that Whitmore could be one of the better sprinters in the country. In that Hot Springs, so he prompted the pace early. I liked that Ricardo Santana took him off the pace on the entering the turn, eased him out, and he wore him down late. He should get a solid pace in here. I'm a bit surprised by our friends at Timeform US, Matt. I expected a red bar. Where's the red bar?
I did too. I mean, I was a little bit stunned when I first looked at it because you think going from inside out, even considering this, I understand Whitmore is a horse that can sit off the pace, but it's not like he's a dead one-run closer. He's got a little bit of tactical speed, and when you have the presence of Ivan Fallen Ovalot, when you've got the presence on the far outside of Smart Spree, when you've got the presence of Win Time and Wings Locked Up, I figured they're all going to be lined up similar to the way they were in the Hot Springs. Apparently Timeform thinks otherwise, and I'd be very surprised if it was a moderate pace. I think they're going to be going.
Maybe the 6 is faster than the 1, although Ivan Fallen Novolot's won 17 of 31. He's an Oaklawn lover, and he drew the rail. You got to think there's only one way for Luis Contreras to go, and that is to run and gun. And he tried to open it up in the Hot Springs last time out, and he was run down late. Do you think at the ripe old age of 8, maybe, just maybe, this salty old timer's lost a little zip off the fastball?
That would be my guess at this point. He was late with the lead change as well. He's 8 years old. We've seen he's been able to run giant races in the past, and I feel like I've discredited him for the number of years now, feeling like he was getting to the end. He still runs in those mid to high 90s. The problem is when you put other pace in the race, the likelihood of him being able to get any kind of a breather on Saturday seems very, very unlikely, and if that's the case, I don't think he can win.
If you don't like the Hot Springs, then Smart Spree's the alternative. He is wickedly fast, and he has just found a home on dirt. Based in Canada for most of his career, forced to run on turf and synthetic. Norm McKnight, winnering at Oaklawn for the first time, having a great meet, tried this horse 3 times on dirt. He hasn't been headed yet, but I would think he's getting the biggest class and pace test of his short dirt career.
Well, and that's really the kind of key with this horse. It's one thing to go out there and be as impressive as he has been against Starter Allowance Company and Optional Claiming Company. It's another thing when you've got to run with a horse like Ivan Fallen Ovalot down to the inside, or even a Wings Locked Up. Wings Locked Up looks a little bit overmatched from a class standpoint, but again, that's speed, that's the kind of level of competition that Smart Spree has yet to face in his career. I want to find out what happens when he faces a quality speed horse. Does he crack or can he go on with it?
Wilbo took down Ivan Fallen Love a lot 2 and 3 back, and the Hot Springs fell a little bit short, and I wonder if he's plateaued. 95 buyer seems to be where he is right now, and I don't think it's good enough to win the Count Fleet.
Agreed. He's rock solid. He shows up. You can basically bet on that 95 based on the 3 most recent races. I don't think a 95 is fast enough, though.
Wings Locked Up's a cool horse. All he is 3 for 3 lifetime at Oaklawn. He's earned $500,000. He's won 16 times. But last time out against those weaker starter 35,000, I think he got a nice soft pace that he really appreciated, and he kicked on clear. If he's going to do it here, I think he's going to have to try to sit from off the pace, and I'm not sure he's as effective in that role.
Yeah, agreed 100%. That most recent run, that first quarter, Timeform US has color-coded blue as far as the pace ratings are concerned. If he has to sit, I don't think he's as effective. I agree with you. And if they try to go, I think it's a losing cause.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Count Fleet Sprint. I think that Whitmore's going to make it 2 in a row. I think they're going to go fast early, and I think his class will tell late. You want the up-and-comer, the Illinois bred. This is Win Time. The buyers just seem to be going forward with Win Time. And this horse got into a little bit of trouble entering the turn, lost some ground, and I think you're going to make the argument that cost him the race.
Yeah, I think it did. Just when you look at the final margin, only beaten by a neck by a better horse based on what he's done, his overall body of work. I think it's safe to say right now Whitmore is a much more accomplished horse. If he hadn't gotten shuffled as badly as he did, because you'll note he was only a half length back at the first call, and before you know it, he's 4.5 lengths back at a half mile into the race. There's a part of me that wonders if he doesn't get the shuffle, is he right there at the wire? Does he actually go by? He was putting in a belated bid. I feel like if you let all the other speeds line up like it looks like they should on paper, and he can sit right back in there with a horse like Whitmore, maybe he's not as good as Whitmore, but he should offer a better price, and I wonder if he is the up-and-coming horse now.
Never been out of the exacta from 7 starts, and if you consider the level of experience, maybe we've already seen Whitmore's best race. Perhaps we have not seen the best race yet from Win Time. He will also be a better price than Whitmore. Again, though, I think Whitmore's class will show up in the lane. I'm going 4-3. What are your numbers?
I'm going 3-4-5 in this one.
Fun race, the Grade 3 Count Fleet Sprint Handicap, race number 9 at Oaklawn on Arkansas Derby Saturday. And again, if you're playing the race, please consider DRF Bets and its $150 sign-up bonus offer. Just go to drf.com/join, type in the promo code TV150. Approximate post time for the Count Fleet, 5:09 Central Time on Saturday. Best of luck.